untitled.com, and welcome to this video. So today I'm talking about personality types based on your moon and sun sign combination. Hopefully you know what the moon sign is. If you don't, please don't miss out on this, because there's really a lot more going on with your astrology and your natal chart than just your sun sign, which albeit is a very important component, but still is one component. Now, there are 9 planets in astrology. The sun and the moon are also considered planets. And each of these planets, they embody a certain energy signature or an archetype. The sun represents your exterior self, how you project your key in the outside world, in the external world, how you want to be perceived, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, your father. So the sun is the yang component and is really the exterior side of you. The moon in juxtaposition is the internal side of you. The moon is all about your feelings, your emotions. The moon is your feeling body, your connecting body. The moon is about how you understand the concept of nurturance, how you give it, how you receive it. The moon is your everyday habit patterns, your mother. So that's the yin component of your natal chart. Now, if you have your moon in Aquarius and your sun in Gemini, then this is your video. Now, this is a double masculine and a double air placement. What do I mean by that? I mean, Aquarius and Gemini are both air signs, which makes them male. And they're very analytical and intellectual. This can sometimes keep them away from compassion, empathy, kindness, and emotional depth. So that's something to work with and find balance. That's what astrology does. It makes us confront archetypes so we can find balance with what's lacking within. Okay, because we really experience the world from within to without, which both these signs know, because everything happens in their brain. They are two of the most intellectual signs. Now, the moon is not comfortable in Aquarius. And why is that? It's because no planet is exalted in Aquarius. Even the sun is debilitated in Aquarius. Okay? So, the moon can't find expression of her emotions in this cold sign that is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Saturn in traditional astrology and Uranus in modern astrology. Now, once you understand Uranus and Saturn and the archetypes associated with them, you know how divergent the energies really are. And how Aquarius is so much about duality. Because Saturn is about structure, and Uranus is about breaking down of those structures. So how do you synthesize these two polarities? How do you bring them to a whole? And Aquarius is has a lot to do with duality, like all the air signs. If you look at the glyph, the 2 waves, they're not waves of water, they're waves of electricity, the pulse of life. Being an Aquarian ascendant or moon or sun, your soul karma is about self-realization and Atma-vidya, because really everything happens intellectually for you. So instead of going for something like Bhakti Yoga, which is about devotion, or any other forms of practice, spiritual practice, you should look at Atma-vidya, self-realization through the intellect. The Vedas are a good example of this, actually. And another interesting thing is we all are operating from an Aquarius ascendant at this time. And why is that? It's because we are in the age of Aquarius. According to some, this started like a few months ago. According to some, this will begin a few years later. But whatever it is, we are at the very crossover point and we are moving towards the age of Aquarius. And so our soul karma has a lot to do with understanding the archetypes of this particular sign. The archetypes associated with Aquarius is the innovator, the rebel, the revolutionary, the quirky scientist, the on the negative side, it can become the outsider. So Moon in Aquarius is tremendously community oriented. Aquarius has to do with community. So these people are tremendously community oriented and find their identities through association with a community or a friend circle. They find meaning in being productive for their friends. So Moon in Aquarius people will oftentimes be the ones hosting the parties. They're great hosts, by the way, unlike the Moon in Leo, which is more egotistical. But Moon in Aquarius is really about the community and opening up your sacred space for the community. That's what they like to do. They are very good friends, Moon and Aquarius, and straight out with their practical advice. They are very, very good friends. Maybe they will not drown you with emotion. They will not, even if they get drunk with you, they will be practical because that's the way they are. And they're quirky also. Their dress sense, they're very innovative, very, very innovative. And now with the Sun in Gemini, Gemini is the third sign of the zodiac, ruled by Mercury, which is again all about the intellect, air masculine, all about communication. Gemini has to do with communication, and the soul karma of Gemini is communication. To find your moon sign in the best of its best of its capabilities and to put them through this communicative spectrum of Gemini. You can be writing, you can be making videos, blogging, because that's what Gemini wants to do. It wants to communicate. Even if there's a sunrise in front of a Gemini, more so than just being quiet and experiencing it, they want to talk about it. It can drive you crazy, but that's just how they experience life. This pulse to communicate, this thrive to communicate is what propels the Gemini towards different adventures. So with an Aquarius moon, you are very reliable, sturdy, but sometimes you may not be also. And the Gemini sun, you're definitely not reliable. Lot of duality with their signs. Look at the glyph of Gemini, the two twins. The Geminis are known to be two-faced sometimes. So that's something to work through if you find yourself indulging in gossip, or if you find yourself, giving into the low vibrations of Gemini, then you've really got to stop yourself, because that's beneath you. You are the true revolutionary. You are an Aquarian moon. And it's your karma to help the world. In this age of Aquarius, you want to help the world rise up in its vibration. That's why you're here, born with this particular placement. Astrology is about soul karma, really. So blogging about community related things, innovating and really communicating it out to the world, definitely find expression of your creative fire within, of your intellectual fire that you have. Find expression and you find happiness. I hope you like this video as much as I liked making it for you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. And do check out my body of work. I'm Tina from tinaheals.com. See you soon. Bye.